Hello, boxing world, and welcome to another edition of Fantasy Bout Hour, the channel dedicated to bringing you fantasy matchups on a regular basis. If there's a particular matchup that you want me to cover, please leave it in the comment section, and I promise to honor your request. Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell notification. The fight that I'll be bringing to you in this video comes by way of request, and it is coming from Percy Vaughn. I thank you for your request, and I thank you for participating in the channel. The fight that he mentioned is Big George Foreman versus Ernie Shavers. What a great fight between two hard-hitting, menacing, legendary heavyweights. Yeah, I mean, this isn't going the distance. Whoever wins, it's not going the distance. How can it go the distance with this much power involved? But the differences are, let's start with Ernie Shavers. Ernie Shavers is more of a boxer. He's patient with his attack. He picks his spots, he bobs, he weaves. And so Ernie Shavers was a thinking man in there. Whereas George Foreman was more of a pressure fighter. He was more of a go for the kill fighter. Fought with more urgency, more intensity. So Ernie Shavers picks his spots, doesn't waste any punches, whereas George Foreman is going to hit you wherever he can touch you. Whether it's your arms, he's going to beat those arms up. He's going to beat those rib cages up. He's going to beat those elbows up. And George Foreman is better at cutting off the ring. I feel like George Foreman is physically stronger than Ernie Shavers. But either way, one good punch or one clean punch from either one of these guys it is a fight changer. It's definitely a fight changer. As far as who would win, I could see Ernie Shavers outboxing George, maybe, but I could see George being physically too much. I could see George bullying him around the ring. And so this isn't an easy one to analyze. It really isn't. It depends on who shows up to fight. You could say that. It depends on who could impose their will or execute their game plan. On one hand, I see Ernie Shavers executing his game plan because he was a good boxer, more technical than George. But I could see George pressing his will, pressing the attack. And so I believe George Foreman would have to get at Ernie Shavers early. George Foreman couldn't give Ernie Shavers a chance to react, a chance to think, make it wild, make it ugly, make it physical, and make it hurt. That's the way George would have to fight. Whereas Ernie Shavers would have to bob and weave, make George Foreman miss, and make George Foreman pay. So Ernie Shavers' best chance at beating Big George is to frustrate the big man. Is to simply frustrate him. Stay off the ropes, keep the fight in the middle of the ring, and if possible, make George backpedal. Make him fight off the back foot. That's easier said than done at that point in George's career. Maybe impossible. I don't know. But then the other day when I was thinking about this fight, I couldn't help but to think about the Frazier fight. And Joe Frazier and Ernie Shavers aren't that far off as far as styles, power, pressuring their opponents. I feel that Ernie was the better boxer, and Joe took more punches than Ernie. But I can't help but to think, would this fight end up like that? Would Foreman versus Shavers end up like Foreman versus Frazier? I don't know. Strong possibility. Strong possibility. I think that Ernie Shavers would have a better game plan going in. But with all that being said, I just can't get around a Big George Foreman late knockout in this fight. Tremendous fight. Those are my thoughts, and I will see you on the next video.